9 and verse 24, even us whom he has called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles.
So this is not talking about the whole world. It's talking about the Jews who were converted. Can you get 2 Corinthians chapter, it was talking about us who got carried away unto other idols. Can you get I believe 1 Corinthians chapter 10? Where was it? 10 and 1. All right, keep going on yours.
As he said also in OC, I will call them my people, which were not my people.
Right, keep going.
And her beloved, which was not beloved.
So that was in Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. Now read this real fast. Right here.
Gentiles, nation, people. Usually it means a non-Israelite.
So as the people who wrote this Zondervan, high scholars, it's known that in the Old Testament, when it meant Gentiles, it's talking about the other nations. But in the New Testament, it's talking to the Israelites specifically, who was carried away unto other religions, who started picking up the customs of America, Rome, Greek, and all these different customs. Bring that out.
I got 1 Peter 2 and 10. It says, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God.
Right.
Which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
Is that it on that?
Come.
All right, you had it, Precept?
Yeah.
All right, bring that out.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Ye know that ye were Gentiles,
Right.
carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
So he was speaking unto the Israelites, how we got to be Gentiles. Hey, sister, you got a minute for God?
Say what?
1 minute for God to know who you are. You don't have to be on camera.
I just told him so you can turn it away.
It's not pointed at you.
Okay, now what you say?
All right, we're out here teaching the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who they truly are according to the Bible.
Okay.
Can someone grab Deuteronomy 28:15 real fast?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15. And it shall come to pass.
Keep going.
Salaki. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is Moses talking to the Israelites. He's saying this is gonna happen if you don't listen to your God. Keep going.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
So now a curse is a bad thing. He's saying if you don't listen to your law, your God about these laws, statutes, and commandments, this bad omen is going to come upon this people. Keep going.
I command thee this day that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So who lives in the ghettos and the slum? Who's on Section 8 as a people? So the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So we can eliminate, we can cross stuff out. We know that Asians ain't struggling. We know that Ashkenazi, the Jewish people ain't struggling because they own everything. So we're crossing it out. Keep going.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shall we be in the field. You look in Emmett Till, the movie Emmett Till, Roots, all these slave movies, you see our people out here picking cotton, strawberry, tobacco, the rice field. That was our people in those fields picking those things. Jump down to verse 29.
Verse 29, and it reads, and thou shalt group at noonday as the blind groupeth in darkness.
So as a blind man is trying to navigate himself in his household, that's how this people is going to be walking in the land. They're going to be in Japan calling themselves African American. They're going to be in America calling themselves blacks, niggas, whatever that God didn't call them in the Bible. Because you can't go in the Bible and see African American.
Right.
Keep going.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
That's why when we try to open a business, it never thrives. We hear other people's, like other nations, like the Asians, they could run a business and put it in our ghetto and where we reside, and we're going to buy stuff from them. But when we have a black-owned business, it always gets thrown down. It never thrives. Keep going.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
All right, go to the point, 68 real quick. Verse 68, go to 68. Get Exodus 20.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So they just left Egypt. This is what Egypt means. Bring that out.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt means bondage. There's no account of the Hebrew Israelites going back into Egypt again. So he said, I will bring you into slavery again. Keep going.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So how did our ancestors get to America? I know we didn't take an airplane. I know that we didn't willingly come to America. We got brought over here against our will on slave ships. That happened to the real Israelites, not those people in Israel pretending to be the Israelites. Because they never went to a land on slave ships. That only happened to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So that's how you can know you're a Hebrew Israelite. That happened to you, right? To your ancestors?
Yeah. I'm
So-
like, not to me personally, but yeah.
So then that will make you an Israelite.
Okay.
So let me get Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
Grab my food.
All
I'm
right.
not leaving y'all.
Who had wait,
Deuteronomy what?
first, yeah, you could hold that, Sharatazar. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10. Start at 1.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 1.
So we
Bring it
eliminate
out.
the fact that select, hold that. All right, Deuteronomy 10 and 12 real fast.
This is the book of Deuteronomy. You know you can finish 28.
You can finish 28 if you want.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And now Israel,
So now you know you're an Israelite. So now God requires something out of you. Keep going.
what doeth the Lord thy God
Proverbs.
require of thee?
Yeah, Proverbs 8 and 13.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
So now this is going to be the fear of God. Real quick. Proverbs 8 and 13. Can you get, hold that, wait, Salakia. Hey, Shema, can you get 1 John 5 and 3? Yeah. All right, bring that out.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, and verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil.
So the fear of the Lord is to hate evil. So stuff that the Most High God don't like. He don't like when you break the Sabbath, like what you just did. You bought something today, right? So you're not supposed to break the Sabbath and buy. Or do you eat pork?
No.
Do you eat shrimp?
Yeah.
Lobster? Oysters?
I only don't eat pork.
Oh.
I don't eat oysters neither though.
You're not supposed to eat shrimp, lobster, or crab. Because the Most High God commands that, and we can show that to you. Keep going.
Pride
Uh-huh.
and arrogance
God mad at me.
and the evil way and the forward mouth do I hate.
We used to be like that. We used to love, I know I used to like eating shrimp, lobster, and crab, and stuff like that. But that was ignorance, but we could always come back to your Most High and repent and convert out of that evil way. So you can't do anything evil that the Most High hates. Keep going on yours.
Me?
Yeah.
And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God,
Right?
to walk in all his ways,
So walking in his ways is doing the laws, statutes, and commandments. Keep going.
to love him.
Now this is the love of God. Who got it? Oh, 1 John.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments.
So that's how you truly love God. Can someone grab 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3? Because you could always say, like, if you had a husband and he says he loves you, but never shows you the love, affection, or don't buy you things or whatever, you're going to be like, how do you love me? You're just saying that out your own mouth. So bring that out real fast.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 3. Talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
Right?
For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
So actions, you can't, since you say, do you love God? So you got to put forth them actions. You got to show how you truly love him. You can't send God a letter and say, hey God, I love you. He going to be like, how you love me? Are you keeping the commandments? Are you keeping the Sabbath? And stuff like that. Keep going on yours.
I can't keep going. I gotta go. But
All right, well,
I got one more for you.
wait, so drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5 real fast.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse
This
5.
is one commandment you can't keep.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So when you go to a bathroom, how can you see a difference which one's the woman bathroom and which one's the man? The woman has a dress on, and the man got on the pants. Keep going.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
How would you feel? You seen all these brothers up here wearing a dress. You would think we gay. You like, man, there's something off about them. That's how the Most High sees you when you wear those shorts or even pants. You gotta put away wearing pants.
So I gotta wear skirts and dresses.
Skirts and dresses. That's your example right there. So can you do that?
I don't know.
You just said you love God.
I love God, but hey, things don't come overnight. You gotta work on it.
All right, work on it. Try.
I'ma
Pray
work.
on it.
I'm gonna pray on it. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna pray on it.
All right.
But I can't say it's gonna stop this week or next week.
It takes time.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see you in a dress next time.
I wear those too.
That's right.
Have a good day.
All right, so
All right, you can bring that out real fast. You can bring it out.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 25. Return unto the Lord.
Do what?
Return unto the Lord.
Keep going.
Forsake thy sins, make thy prayer before his face, and offend less.
So make your prayer unto the Most High. You got to return unto your Creator in these last days. Whether that got to be, you got to fast to get that spirit of, if you're a woman wearing pants, you love wearing pants, you love having dudes look at your ass. Get that spirit off of you. Fast, get built up, and try to get that spirit off of you so you can be able to wear a dress and dress like your righteous foremothers. All right, bring that back out, what you got. So this is still back on the, oh, Khan, you can bring your precept. It's upside down. You can bring your precept if you got it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 60.
Oh, no. 60 is on the right there. No, I'm right.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 60. I made haste.
I did what?
I made haste.
Not say but.
I made haste.
Don't put on a dress.
I made haste.
Keep going.
And delay not to keep thy commandments.
Because she ain't promised tomorrow to have that dress on. She's supposed to make haste as soon as she hears the words of the Lord. So now I'm going to get back on the topic on who are the Gentiles in the New Testament. The Gentiles will be the Hebrew Israelites who got carried away into different things, different religions. Some start being Christians. Even now, we got people who still live the way of the Gentiles. We see people buying, see people celebrating Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and all these different things. Bring this out.
this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 1. Moreover,
Hey,
brethren.
sister, you got a minute for God? All right, bring that out.
Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all your fathers were under the cloud.
So this is Paul writing unto the Greeks. We know the Greeks wasn't in the Red Sea. We know they didn't pass under the cloud. We know that was the Israelites in Exodus that went through the sea and passed through and made it through.
God.
So we know that Paul was writing to the Israelites. Just because it says Corinth and stuff like that, because Israel was in Corinth. They was dwelling there. Same how Israelites was in Rome. Same how Israelites was in Galatia. Same how Israelites was in the Philippines and stuff like that. And we're Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who's dwelling in America, Japan. We're scattered throughout the whole corners of the earth. Let me get Deuteronomy 28:64. Keep going on that.
And all passed through the sea.
Right?
And were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud
Right.
and in the sea. And did all eat the
That's-
same spiritual meat.
The spiritual meat. We know Moses was delivering the Israelites out of that condition. All right, bring this out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, in verse 64.
Uh-huh.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Among what?
Among all people.
So that's why we see our people are scattered everywhere. We're everywhere. We're in Japan. We're in the UK. We're in America. We're everywhere throughout the earth. We got some brothers in Israel. We got some brothers in Palestine. We got brothers in Ukraine. We have a bunch of Hebrew Israelites scattered abroad. Keep going.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
Right?
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
That's it on that. Let me get Psalms chapter 50 and verse number 5 real quick. Can you go to
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 5.
Bring it out.
Gather my saints together.
do what?
Gather my saints together.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to wake up the Most High God's saints. Keep going.
Gather my saints together unto me.
Right?
Those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
So those that made a covenant with the Most High God by sacrifice. Now we know that's the Hebrew Israelites. Let me get Psalms chapter 149 and verse 18. Wait, no, 147 and 18.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 18. He sendeth out his word,
Right?
and melteth them.
Uh-huh.
He causeth his wind to blow,
Right?
and the waters to flow.
Uh-huh.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Not unto everybody.
Unto Jacob.
Not unto the whole world.
Unto Jacob.
Now Christ came for everybody.
Unto Jacob.
Keep going.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Unto who?
Unto Israel.
So that's who the judgments of the Most High is unto, the Israelites. Hey, sister, you got a minute for God?
I'm on lunch break.
You finna break the Sabbath.
Sorry, next time.
There might not be a next time. Keep going.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
Nah, God deals with everybody.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
So that's why Christ came for the to die for the world of Israel. He didn't come to die for everybody. Christ was stand off towards the other people. Christ, let me get Matthew chapter 15 and start at 23. Finish yours.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
Right.
Praise ye the Lord.
So praise Yahweh. The other nations don't know the law, statutes, and commandments. We got Esau running the world right now. He got a bunch of men being trans, having men go and be a woman now. Can't even tell what's a woman nowadays. You gotta get asked for the birth certificate. All right, bring that out.
23.
Yeah.
Matthew 15 and verse 23. But he answered her not a word, and his disciples came.
Wait, why Christ didn't answer that woman a word? Why wasn't Christ dealing with that woman? Why also the disciples was telling her to shoo off, and Christ make her move away? I thought Christ was for everybody. Hey, brother, you got a minute for God? Are you an Israelite? Repent and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Keep going.
But he answered her not a word, and his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away.
Do what?
Send her away.
I thought Christ was for everybody. Why is the disciples telling her to get away? Christ, send her away. Keep going.
Send her away, for she crieth after us.
Right?
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
But unto who?
But unto the lost sheep of the house of
Hey,
Israel.
Shabbatazal, let me get Isaiah 45 and 17. So Christ only came back for the Israelites. That's what brothers need to get right in this truth. You can't go to Japan and grab their scrolls and you read their scrolls and be like, man, I like what that said. I'm gonna pertain this to me. That fits my narrative. I'm gonna say I take part in that. You can't do that. Just like the same way you can't go to somebody's house, grab their mail, and then take it like it's yours, because that's you stealing. You're stealing our nationality. God only came for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the real Israelites. We can't see
Hey, brother.
the other people in Israel struggling right now, the Jewish. They're living it real lavishly and stuff like that. They own a bunch of businesses. They got a lot of money. They got a lot of endorsements going on. All right, bring out what I call real fast. I still got 15. Yeah, keep going on yours.
Verse 25. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs.
Christ called her a dog. That didn't seem like love, what I hear in church. Christ saying he loved everybody. Keep going.
To take the children's bread and cast it to dogs.
Right.
And she said, Truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table.
So the Most High like that. He like hearing when she said the dogs gotta eat the crumbs too. That's how these other nations are. They're the damn dogs. They nothing but spit. That when we spit out of our mouth. Bring that out in 2nd Ezra. All right, 6. Keep going. On
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures,
Right.
of him come we all,
Right.
and the people also whom thou hast chosen,
All who he has what?
whom thou hast chosen.
So God has a specific chosen people. Keep going.
All this have I spoken before thee,
Right.
O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
For whose sakes?
For our
So
sakes.
God made the world for the Israelites' sakes. Keep going.
As for the other people,
As for what?
as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing,
Right. Keep going.
but be like unto spittle,
he said they be like unto spit. The Asians, the Egyptians, the Ishmaelites, those Ashkenazis, all these other nations who are not the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the real Israelites, they're unto spit. Keep going.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falls from a vessel.
So God doesn't give a damn about these other nations. That's why you see in Amos 3 and verse 2, he said, you only have I known throughout all the families of the earth. God only deals with the Israelites.
Right.
You can't hang on to when when Paul said, I'm a preacher to the Gentiles. But when you read Romans 11:1, it's talking about have God cast away his people.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham from the tribe of Benjamin. You can't, oh yeah, you could bring that out, but you can't pertain that to you, acting like you're a real Jew, a real Israelite, and trying to make it seem that you could get saved. Salvation is only for Israel at the end of the day. You're picking up our book, reading it from the front, from Genesis all the way to Revelation, trying to pertain it to your lifestyle. All right, bring that out.
This the book of Romans chapter 11 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
I say then, have God cast away his people?
Right?
God forbid.
Means no. God hasn't stopped dealing with Israel for how long? Because he got the covenant with our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Keep going.
It says, God forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
So he went through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and he came from Benjamin. So that whole, when you read Romans 11:1, that is supporting him saying why God didn't cast away the Israelites. All right, bring that out in Isaiah 45:17.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter
Can you get
45,
additions to Esther
verse
chapter
17.
13,
Bring it out.
verse 4?
But
Yeah,
Israel
Joshua 2.
shall be saved in the Lord
Can you get
with
this?
an everlasting salvation.
27.
Ye shall not be
Read that again
ashamed,
from the top.
but Israel,
But who?
but
Not the
Israel,
whole world.
but Israel
Keep going.
shall be saved in the Lord
Right?
with an everlasting salvation.
Hey, Dad, can you get Judah chapter 5 and 20? With an everlasting salvation. That's was that world that Christ came to save in John 3:16. That's the scripture supporting. You got to match these precepts upon precepts. This ain't no regular book you could read from the front page all the way to the end and get the whole context. You got to, when you go in this Bible, I know when I do, I find something new every day. Keep going on yours.
Ye shall not be ashamed.
We're not going to be ashamed when we start ruling over these 13 and 4. We're not going to be ashamed when we start ruling over our oppressors. Those people that said we was nothing, calling us Negroes, African Americans, spits, nigger, and all these different things. Keep going.
Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world,
What?
world
Hold on.
without end.
That's that world without end that we can't wait to see. All y'all other nations who are not the real Israelites, y'all gonna see the blacks, Hispanics, the real Jews ruling over you. That's when David was prophesizing 2 Samuel chapter 23, where he's gonna have the heathens literally under his foot and ruling over him. All right, bring that out in this. Addition to Esther.
Addition to Esther, chapter 13 and verse 4. For my danger is in my hand.
Right?
From my youth up.
12 and 4, Salakia.
12 and 4.
Yeah.
Declare unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people.
So we read that in Deuteronomy 28 and 64. That people is the Israelites, scattered everywhere. Like the sister don't know she's not supposed to buy on a Sabbath. Our sisters don't know to wear a dress. They getting brought up in different ways. That's why we're going out on the highways and byways trying to reel the sheep back to their creator. Keep going.
That had laws contrary to all nations.
Because our laws was contrary to all nations. We was keeping the Sabbath, wasn't buying on the Sabbath. Just imagine if we do that now and not buying on God's high holy day. Imagine if we had our women dressing like a woman nowadays, not dressing like hoes, hookers, and all these different things. Imagine if we had men that's actually being men in the spirit, not being sassy, feminine, not being and actually be a man in this world. Keep going.
And continually despise the commandments of kings.
Right?
So as the
And we used to despise the commandments of kings. When you go to Exodus chapter 1 and verse 15, when the king commanded to kill the little babies, there was 2 maids that said they ain't gonna do that. Bring that out.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives,
Right?
of which the name of one was Sephora, and the name of the other Paul.
Right?
And he said, when ye do office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him.
So that's the commandment the king gave. He said, if it be's a son, kill that dude. Keep going.
But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
Right?
But the midwives feared God.
Did what?
Feared God.
They feared the Most High. Keep going.
And did not.
And did what?
And did not.
That's why I said these Hebrews got contraries laws. They despise the king's commandments. If it's a commandment against the Most High, we're not going to do it. Keep going.
But the Hebrew midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive.
So they was trying to end off our nation. But those two who feared the Most High and was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, the Most High will honor them because they didn't listen to the king's commandment. Keep going on that.
There was scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised commandments of kings. So, as the uniting of our kingdoms, honorably intended by us, cannot go forward. Seeing then, we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws.
So in a strange, these other nations sees our laws as strange, real strange. But they know when we do it, the Most High is dealing with us. That's why we be on a high horse. A high pedestal. That's why the Most High God deals with his people when we're doing the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why Esau wants to keep our people in sin. So we can't be able to keep God's law, statutes, and commandments. Keep going.
It says, the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established.
So when we do the law, statutes, and commandments, Esau's kingdom is going to corrupt. It's going to go all the way down. That's why he wants to hide showing the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American who they truly are. That's why if you have a baby in the hospital, they won't let you circumcise that baby on the 8th day. You're going to have to do it right instant. Or you can't, you got to pay more money to be able to do it. They know our book through in and throughout, but our people don't want to read it. Oh, that's a Caucasian man book. I ain't going to deal with that. That's written by King James. He was gay and stuff like that. Bring yours out.
Judges 2:1.
No, Joshua 2 and 9.
It's like Joshua 2:9.
Yeah.
All right, this is the book of Joshua, chapter 2 and verse 9. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us. And that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you.
Faint because of you. When we do God's laws, statutes, and commandments, these other nations are in fear. They're in shambles. They're like, dang, the creator of heaven and earth is dealing with this people. Keep going.
For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea. For you.
For who?
For you.
Not for the whole world.
For you.
So for the Israelites, keep going.
When you came out of Egypt. And what ye did unto the two kings of the Amorites. That were on the other side, Jordan. Sihon and Og, whom he utterly destroyed.
So that's it on that. God only deals with the Israelites. That's why she said, I know what your Most High God did for you. Bring that out in Judah 5 and 20.
Look at Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error
Hey,
in
sister, you got a minute for God?
I really don't, but I do love the Lord, though.
Are you breaking the Sabbath then? All right, bring that out.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
That this shall be their what?
That this shall be their ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
Now if we start doing the law, statutes, and commandments, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we start wearing fringes. We put away pork. We put away shrimp, lobster, and crab. We stop making baldness on our head. We stop cutting our beards off. Keep going.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by.
So be like, don't even deal with them. That's the Asians talking to the Caucasian men. He's saying if the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments, don't even deal with that people. Keep going.
At least their Lord defend them.
At least our God start fighting for us, right? Keep going.
And their God be for them. And we become a reproach before all the world.
Become a damn laughing stock. Bring yours out real fast. Yeah, start at 29, I believe.
Book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 29.
Bring it out.
Let people serve thee.
Do what?
Let people serve
So
thee.
that's the promise that Isaac told to Jacob. People was gonna serve thee. You're gonna have slaves. That was prophesied in Genesis. That's why you see all these, you gotta match precepts up. That's why in Isaiah 14, it tells you we're gonna have slaves in the kingdom. Who's gonna build up the kingdom? I know we ain't gonna do it. We're gonna have slaves building up our kingdom. Keep going.
Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee.
Right?
Be Lord over thy brethren.
Do what?
Be Lord over thy
These
brethren.
other nations is gonna be our servants and our damn handmaids. Keep going.
And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee.
Right?
Cursed be very one that curses thee.
Right?
And blessed be he that blesses thee.
Right? So everyone that curses us, you're gonna get cursed too. Because the Most High God is gonna be dealing with his people. Is that it on that?
Yes, sir.
All right, bring them out my clothes up.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 4 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
And the 4 beasts had each of them 6 wings about him,
Right?
and they were full of eyes within,
Uh-huh.
and they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, holy,
What
holy,
we say to Yahweh?
holy, holy, holy.
What's the kings of kings?
Holy, holy, holy.
What's the gods of gods?
Holy, holy, holy.
So the God Yahweh, he's holy and holy. Keep going.
Lord God Almighty.
Lord what?
Lord God Almighty.
So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua. Now I'm going to pass it on to the next powerful speaker. Kwame Yashrella.
Kwame Yashrella.